Get out of my way now. I'm Dick Trickle off the side road. Now bands come up, kids coming up down her highway. Oh, Brillman's racing. Yeah, NASCAR. Whoa. Number one NASCAR. Going to make a left turn. Gonna make another left turn. I think I'm gonna make another left turn. Who's the idiot to let this moron drive our car? It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Nascar Heat 3. It was developed by Monster Games and published by 704 Games and was released on September 7th of 2018 on the PlayStation 4, Microsoft Windows, and the Xbox One. Sorry once again, I don't believe there's going to be a Nintendo Switch version for this. It is a single-player and multiplayer racing game that simulates the 2018 NASCAR Cup Series and feeder competitions and includes the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series, with a new addition to this year's game, a new Extreme Dirt Tour that has all local dirt tracks that you race on, and so far there's over 8 different tracks. Now, this game comes with several gameplay options, including the quick race for drop-in and drop-out racing, a challenge mode where you get to recreate historical racing events and create new ones for other people to try to do, and the career mode where you start off as a rookie in the new Extreme Dirt Tour, working your way up to signing on to big-name teams as you progress to the national series of races, and you start off in doing something known as hot seats, where different racing teams will give you the option to actually join and race their car in order to get a little bit of money and get a little bit of fame and people actually recognizing who you are, eventually leading you to signing on for big name teams and getting all the way to the top and being an ultimate champion. Now, you also have the option to either just be a driver or an owner of your own teams, where you'll have to buy, if you are an owner, you'll have to worry about buying and maintaining your cars, hiring and training your staff, upgrading your facilities and your vehicles, and it actually isn't super in-depth, but it does give you enough to where it actually has a lot of stuff for you to do. Keep in mind, you can also still race your cars even though you're the owner. And of course, it comes with a rather hefty online mode where you can start off or join in a lobby to hook up with your friends and race in any of the race modes or tracks that is on the game. It even comes with a spectator mode this time, which allows you, while you're waiting for your game to load, to actually view other races that are currently going on and change the camera angles and look at it and watch your friends or your enemies as they go through and race. Now, each week on the online mode, there's going to be a tournament where each winner can actually end up going on to be picked to go to an esports type event where you can actually win real prizes, which is pretty impressive if you're one of these people that really like getting into games like that where you can actually do something in a real world scenario. In this one, with their online tournament structure, you can actually do that to where you can actually either get just bragging rights, or you can actually go go on to actually get to go somewhere and do some pretty cool stuff, which is rather interesting. Now, this game does come with a hefty amount of DLC packs that have been released and will keep releasing, and you can buy something known as a Hot Pass for $30 that pretty much will get you all the DLC packs. Now, the DLC packs normally include anything from new vehicle skins, or a lot of different paint schemes, new challenges, and more. So it's not strictly just going to be different paint schemes. You'll also get a lot of different other options with it as well, including having people help you out, mentor system, and stuff like that. It does have a create a character system in it, which is, not the best create a character system I've seen, but in the end it has a pretty in-depth one where you can make some good-looking, handsome guys or some hideous abomination people that you're just like, oh my goodness, somebody should just put a bullet in their head. So it's kind of cool. You can do that with create a character, or if you want, you can pick one of your favorite race car drivers and actually just races them in their own vehicles as well. So it's really all in all not a bad game. I do have to say the graphics, while are really good and the speed is very well done in single player mode, it does seem to suffer some a little bit of jaggies to it and some burps. Not that bad compared to the online mode. I don't know what the problem is with the online mode, if maybe it's just a netcode issue, but I have several instances where I've had cars that just disappear, reappear, almost like massive burps in the online mode, where you'll be racing and all of a sudden it's just like, it's sporadic as hell. I mean, really, it's kind of a shame. It's still totally playable in online mode, but I found myself actually, even though I like racing with friends and other real people, I found myself actually enjoying going and racing in the single player career mode better. Because, I mean, all in all, like I said, you've got off-road dirt tracks, you've got your classic NASCAR tracks, and there's a lot of tracks on here where you do not just turn left. You're not constantly just making a left turn. You're not making another left turn. There's a lot of tracks they created specifically for this game that are fantasy tracks that actually will push you to your limit in learning on how to drive the vehicles. The physics of the vehicles is pretty dang good. You have to worry about your wind resistance and other things, especially like when you're actually tweaking your cars. You'll have to worry about a lot of interesting stuff, including the mechanics and engineers needed to help you with the aerodynamics and specialized suspensions for your vehicles depending on what tracks you're racing on. Now that doesn't really seem to come into play unless you're playing the career mode as a owner of your own team. I mean, you can have it with the options. You can have it set to where you can have a full-fledged, full 400 lap race. You can have it set where you have to deal with pit stops, you have to deal with the gas consumption, tire wear, and all that good stuff. Or you can have it set to where you don't have to deal with any of that and you can just go and have a good time racing. You can bump people, you can wreck them, and there's even a thing where, especially in the career mode, where you can actually make friends or enemies with people based on your reactions to them while you're racing. I mean, if you bump people too often, they'll actually end up sending you like emails where they're actually saying that you're a crazy driver, and you can then go and be nice to them and compliment them, or you can insult them and end up making them your rival, to where when you're racing them out on the track, they will actually go out of their way to actually cause you a lot more grief. They will be way more aggressive to you when you're racing. In the end, I found that this game, even though I'm not a fan of NASCAR, this is actually a really good game. The controls are spot on. If you have a steering wheel and everything, it makes it way more immersive. The only thing I would say this is missing is some sort of VR mode. If you had a VR mode with this, where you're in the first-person cockpit mode with a steering wheel, this game would be totally phenomenal to play. But in the end, I would have to say, if you are a fan of the previous NASCAR Heat games, pick this one up. It does have some drastic improvements, some tweaking of the AI, tweaking of the physics of the cars, and the addition of the dirt tracks actually makes it a pretty good value for only being a $50 game. Honestly, I would say if you like the NASCAR series, pick this up. You won't be disappointed. This is actually a rather fun game to play. I found it to be very fun, and like I said, I'm not even a NASCAR fan. But in the end, I always have to end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out.